quantitative aptitude. Look at question number 101 onwards. Refer to the pie chart and answer the given questions. Percentage of employees in 6 different branches of Grameen Bank X. Total number of employees are 350. Percentage of officers in 6 different branches of Grameen Bank. Total number of officers are 100. Officers and clerks together 350. Out of 350, officers are 100. It means remaining are 250 are clerks. So various different branches are A, B, C, D, E, F. Total officers and clerks. And second circle gives officers. Total minus officers will give us clerks. 18% of 350. 18 threes are 54. 18 halves 9. 54 plus 9 63. 16 threes are 48. 16 halves 8 56. 20% means 70. 22% means 77. 14 threes are 42. 14 halves 7. 42 plus 7 21. 10% means 35. These are total. Minus officers are A 20% of 100 means 20, B 12, C 18, D 24, E 14, F 12. Why? Because it is out of 100 only. So 20% of 100 is 20, 12% of 100 is 12. That's why directly you written those percentage values. 63 minus 20, 43. 56 minus 12, 44. 52. 53. 7. This one is 23. Total minus officers will give us clerks. Look at the questions. Out of the total number of employees in branches B and F together, B and F total number of employees 56 plus 35, 91. What percentage of employees are clerks? Total 91. Out of this 91, 44 plus 23, 77 are clerks. Then percentage means 77 by 67. 44 plus 23 means 67 by 91 into 100. 67 by 91 into 100. B and F together. So B 56, F 35. Total 91 employees. 6700 by 91. Why? Because all options are very close to each other. So definitely we need to cancel it. 91 7 times 637. 91 7 times 637. Left with 33 330. So 330 means again 91 3 times. 73 point something is your answer. 73 point something means I think second option. Two options are there, 73.62, 73.63. There is no alternate to us. Definitely we should make it cancel. 67 by 91 into 100. 6700 by 91. 91 7 times 637. 637. Still left with 33. 330. 330 means 91 3 times. 273. Out of 330, 273 is over. Out of 330, 273 is over. Still we left with 57.570. 91 6 times 546. Out of 570, 546 is over. Still we left with 224, 240. 240 means 2 times. 73.62. Second option my answer. Why? Because second option, fifth option very closer to each other. That's why there is no alternative. Definitely we need to make it cancel exactly. So our answer is second option. If the respective ratio between total number of male officers and total number of female officers in all the branches together is 3:1. See, total number of officers are 100. Out of this 100, male officers, female officers 3:1. 3 plus 1, 4 parts value 100, 1 part value 25 female officers, 75 male officers. Out of 350, 100 are officers, remaining 250 are clerks. And the ratio between total number of male clerks, total number of female clerks in all the branches together is 18:7. 18 plus 7, 25 parts value 250, 1 part value 10, 18 parts value 180 male clerks, 70 female clerks. What is the difference between total number of female officers, total number of female clerks? Female officers are 70, female officers are 25, female clerks are 70. Difference means 70 minus 25, nothing but 45. 70 minus 25, 45 is your answer. Central angle corresponding to the total number of employees in branch D. Branch D, central angle means always 9 multiple. Branch D is 22 percentage. As 1% value 3.6 degree, then 22% means 22 into 3.6 degree. Answer ends with 2 and have a decimal. Answer ends with 2 and have a decimal. Fourth option is your answer. Total number of clerks in branches B and C together. B and C together clerks 44 plus 52, 96. Or what percent more than the total number of officers in these two branches? Officers are 12 plus 18, 30. Percentage more means difference by less value. 66 by 30 into 100, 220%. 220%. What is the average number of clerks in branches A, B, C, D? Clerks in branches A, B, C, D. 50, 50, 100, 40, 40, 80. Total 180. 3 plus 2, 5. 5 plus 4, 9. 9 plus 3, 12. Total 192 in 4 branches. 48 is your answer. 48. Next. There are two garbage disposal rectangular tanks A and B with length 14 centimeters and 16 meters respectively in a square field. This is one square field. In this square field, there are two rectangular garbage disposal tanks with length 14 and 16 meters respectively. If the total area of the square field excluding the rectangular tanks is 286 square meters, means the remaining area 286. This remaining area they given as 286. And breadth of the both of the rectangular tanks is half of the side of the square field. Suppose if side of the square field is 2a, then breadth is a. Why? Because half of the side. Let's imagine 2a is the side of the square field. What is the area of the square field including the tanks? Complete area of the square means area of these two rectangular garbage tanks plus remaining area will give us complete square area. Complete square area 2a whole square. Side square means 2a whole square is equal to length into breadth 14a plus 16a plus the remaining area of the garbage tank they given us 286. 286. That will give us complete square area. 4a square minus 30a minus 286 is equal to 0. Cancellation with 2. 2a square minus 15a minus 143 is equal to 0. 143 we can write it as 11 13 times. 2 13s are 26. Minus 26 comma plus 11 will give us minus 15. Initial factors are minus 26 comma plus 11. Then final factors are plus 26 comma minus 11. Before a square, I am having 2s coefficient by 2 by 2. We can neglect negative values. Side of the square is 13. Sorry, a value is 13. Side of the square is 2a. 2a means 2 13s are 26. What is the area of the square? 26 square. 676 is your answer. 676 is your answer. 26 square. 676. Next. Karan and Arjun decided to go on a trip to city B from city A separately on a particular day. Arjun can travel 105 kilometers in 1.5 hours. 105 kilometers in 1.5 hours means per hour 70 kilometers. Arjun's speed in 1 hour is 70 kilometers per hour. Arjun leaves first from city B to city A. 2 hours after Arjun began his journey, Karan left for city B from city A. 2 hours after Arjun only Karan started. In these 2 hours, Arjun can travel in 1 hour 70 kilometers, in 2 hours 140 kilometers. Arjun already covered. After that, Karan started his journey to city B from city A at a speed of 87.5 kilometers per hour. How much time will Karan take to catch up with Arjun? Both are in same direction. So after how much time means distance by relative speed. Relative speed means both are in same direction. Relative speed nothing but subtraction of their speeds. 87.5 minus 70. 140 by 17.5. 35 by 2. 17.5 means 35 by 2. After 8 hours. After 8 hours, Karan catch up with Arjun. Distance lagging is 140 kilometers. Why? Because Karan started 2 hours after Arjun. In that 2 hours, Arjun can cover 140 kilometers. Next. Rohan buys 2 items for 7,800 rupees. He sells one item at 18% profit and the second item at 12% profit. If the overall profit he made from the deal was 1188, what is the difference between cost prices of both the items? First item, second item. Overall cost price is 7,800. Out of 7,800, I don't know what is first item cost price. I don't know what is second item cost price. On first item, there is a profit of 18%. Let's imagine this entire 7,800 belongs to first item cost price. Then there is a profit of 18%. 1% value 78. 18% value means 1404 rupees. 18% of 7,800. Or else, suppose if this 7,800 belongs to second one cost price, on second item there is a profit of 12%. So 12% of 7,800. 12 8s are 96, 906, 12 7s are 84 plus, sorry, 12 8s are 96, 906, 12 7s are 84 plus 9, 93, 936. But there is a overall profit of 1188 rupees. Apply allocation method. 1400 minus 1200, 200, 12 plus 4 16, 216. 1100 minus 900, 200, 8 minus 3 5, 8 minus 6 2. 252 is to 216. 9 2s are 18, 9 8s are 72. 9 2s are 18, 9 4s are 36. 4 7 times 4 6 times. Cost to price of the two items are in the ratio of 7 is to 6. Total 7 plus 6, 13 parts. Out of 13 parts, first item is 7 parts, second item is 6 parts. Difference is 1 part. So 1 by 13 into 7,800. So difference among the cost prices of those two items is 600 rupees. Difference among the cost prices of those two items, 600 rupees. Next, A began a small business with certain amount. After 3 months from the start of the business, B and C joined A. B's investment was 2000 lesser than A's initial investment. C's investment is 4000 lesser than A's initial investment. At the end of the year, total investment reported was 2,46,000. What will be B's share in the profit if C received 13,440 as profit share? C received 13,440 as profit share. Suppose if A invested X rupees, B's investment is 2000 lesser than A, X minus 2000. C's investment is 4000 lesser than A, means X minus 4000. These are the investments. A is there from beginning to ending, completes 12 months. B is there, B and C joined after 3 months, means remaining 9 months only. B and C were there. 3 times, 3 times, 3 4 times. Total investment they given us 2,46,000. Total investment 4x plus 3x plus 3x 10x minus 6,000 minus 12,000 means minus 18,000 is equal to 2,46,000. 10x is equal to 2,64,000. X is equal to 26,400. X is nothing but investment made by A. But they don't ask us what is the investment of A. What will be B's share in the profit if C received 13,440 as profit share? They are asked to calculate B's share in the profit. They given C profit. If you observe here, B and C both are invested for equal time, 9 months, 9 months. B invested for 9 months, C also for 9 months. So there is no need of considering time period here. Why? Because B and C invested for the same time period. C investment is 4,000 lesser than A. It means 26,400 minus 4,000. 22,400 C invested. That's why C received a profit of 13,440. Since investment is 22,400, profit is 13,440. Whereas B's investment is 2,000 lesser than A, 24,400, then B profit is how much? Why? Because both the time periods are same, so directly we can take it. C's investment 22,400, then there is a profit of 13,440. Then what is B's profit means? Then B investment is 24,400. Then what is B's profit? See, if you observe here, 60% of 22,400 will give us 13,440. 60% of 22,400 will give us 13,440. In the same way, 60% of 24,400. 50% 12,200. 10% 2,440. Together 14,640 is the profit made by B. 14,640 is the profit made by B. Next. 10 years ago, the average age of a family of 5 members was 30 years. 10 years ago 30, then present average 40 years. 5 members, present average 40 years, then total 200. 5 members, present average 40, total 200. 2 children were born in the span of 10 years. The present average of the family, however, remained unchanged. It means remained unchanged means 10 years ago, whatever the average they are having, present also same average. But right now, present total 7 members are there. Initially 5 members, right now 2 children were born. Total 7 members average they given as 30 years. 7 members average 30 years, then total 210 years. In these 7 members, these 5 members are included and extra 2 children were there. Then those 2 children ages are nothing but 10 years. 2 children's ages together are 10 years. The older child at present is 6 years more than the younger one. So older child is 6 years more than the younger one. Younger one 2 years, older one 8 years. Then only 2 plus 8, 10 years. If the present age of the mother of these 2 children is 4 times of the age of the older child. 4 times of the older child means 4 8 is 32 is the present age of mother. But they are asked to calculate what is the age of the mother 10 years ago. Present 32, 10 years ago means 22 is your answer. 22 is your answer. Next. Devika took a loan of a certain amount from Udita. It was agreed that for the first 4 years, rate of interest charged would be at 12% simple interest per annum and at 10% compound interest from the 5th year onwards. Devika repays only the interest of 3,360 at the end of 4th year. At the end of 4th year. What is the rest of the amount Devika pays to clear the loan at the end of the 6th year? Okay. For the first 4 years, rate of interest is 12% per annum. That is on simple interest basis. For 1 year, 12%. Then for 4 years means 48% is the interest. That interest value they given as 3,360. See, paid. 5th year, 6th year onwards, that is on compound basis. And the rate of interest is 10% per annum. For 1 year, 10%, 2 years, compound interest is 21%. But amount became 121% is how much we need to calculate. 48 7 times. 1% value 70. Then 121% value 8,470. Answer is first option. "20 men can complete a piece of project in 12 days and 16 women can complete the same project in 24 days. 10 men and 8 women together started working on the project. After a few days, 2 more men join and 4 more women join. If they complete the remaining work in 9 3 by 13 days, after how many days did 2 more men and 4 more women joined? Did 2 more men and 4 more women joined? First, I would like to calculate how many men are equal to how many women. 20 men can complete a piece of work in 12 days. 16 women can do the same project in 24 days. 12 one time, 12 two times. 4 4 times, 4 5 times. 5 men equal to 8 women. Convert the entire data into either man or woman. I would like to convert the data into man. 20 men can do the work in 12 days. That is left side data. 20 men can do the work in 12 days. Who started? 10 men and 8 women together started on the project. I know 5 men equal to 8 women. I took only men data. So convert women also into men data. 8 women are equal to how many men? 5 men. So 10 men plus 5 men, total 15 men were started on the project. After a few days, I don't know, take it as X days. After X days, 2 more men join. Already we have 15 men. 2 more men means 17 men. And 4 more women join. 4 women equal to 2.5 men or not? 8 men is equal to 5 men. Then 4 men equal to 2.5 men. 2 men plus 2.5 men. Total 4.5 men were joined. 15 plus 4.5, 19.5 men can do the remaining work in 9 3 by 13 days. 13 9s are 117 plus 3, 120 by 13 days. Asked to calculate after how many days did 2 more men and 4 more women joined means after X days. X is how much? we need to calculate. 13 1.5 times. 15 1 time, 15 8 times, 15 16 times. Why? Because 20 12s are 240. 240 means 15 16 times. 16 is equal to x plus 12, x equal to 4 days. After 4 days, 2 more men and 4 more women were joined. Simply, first calculate how many men are equal to how many women. Later convert the entire data into men. Then it is very easy to get the answer. Thus, question is solved based on the concept of sigma MD is equal to M1D1 plus M2D2 plus M3D3 plus and so on. On that concept, we solved it. In a company ABC, the respective ratio between the total number of undergraduate employees and total number of graduate employees is 17 is to 21. The company has two branches, one in Bangalore, one in Kolkata. If the total number of graduate employees in Kolkata branch is 420, which is 40% of the total graduate employees in the company. So 40% value given as 420, then 100% value 1050. This is total graduate employees. Graduates and undergraduate employees are in the ratio of 17 is to 21. Undergraduate UG and graduate employees are in the ratio of 17 is to 21. Already we know total graduates 1050. 21 parts value 1050. 21 parts value 1050 means 1 part value 50. Undergraduate 17 parts, 17 into 50 means 850. What is the difference between graduate employees and undergraduate employees? 1050 minus 850 means 200 is your answer. There was 160 liters of pure milk in a vessel. Some quantity of milk was taken out and replaced with 17 liters of water in such a way that the resultant ratio between the quantities of milk and water in the mixture was 8 is to 1. After adding water, the ratio between milk and water was 8 is to 1. Here water is 1 part, that 1 part value 17 liters. So 1 part value 17 liters means milk is 8 parts, 8 17s are 136 liters. After drawing some quantity of milk, I don't know what is some quantity. Just leave it, no need. Again 27 liters of the mixture was taken out. These 27 liters were also drawn in the ratio of 8 is to 1 only. 8 plus 1, 9 parts value 27, 1 part value 3 liters, 8 parts value 24 liters were drawn off and replaced with 20 liters of water plus 20. Then what is the ratio between milk and water in the resultant mixture? 136 minus 24 means 112. 17 minus 3, 14 plus 12, 34. 256 times 2, 217 times. 56 is to 17 is your answer. A man takes 1 6 by 7 times as long to row a distance upstream as to row the same distance downstream. Upstream time, downstream time. 1 6 by 7 means 13 is to 7. Then upstream speed, downstream speed are in the ratio of 7 is to 13. What is the speed of the current if it takes 6 hours to travel 21 kilometers upstream? Upstream speed 21 kilometers in 6 hours. Per hour 3.5 kmph. Here upstream speed is 7 parts. 7 parts value 3.5 kmph. Then 1 part value 0.5. Speed of the current S value downstream minus upstream by 2. 13 minus 7 by 2. 6 by 2 means 3 parts is equal to how much? 1 part value 0.5, then 3 parts value 1.5 kilometers per hour is your answer. Speed of the current. Next. In an exam, Rahman scored 25 marks lesser than Rohit. Rahman, Rohit. Rohit scored 45 more marks than Sonia. Rohan scored 75 marks. Rohan scored 75 marks, which is 10 more than Sonia. It means Sonia became 65. Rohit scored 45 more than Sonia. 45 more than Sonia means 110. Raman scored 25 lesser than Rohit. 25 lesser than Rohit means 85. Next, Ravi's score is 50 lesser than the maximum marks of the test. Ravi's score is 50 lesser than the maximum marks of the test. What approximate percentage of marks did Ravi score in the exam if he gets 34 marks more than Raman? Raman 85. 34 marks more than Raman. 85 plus 34, 119. That is Ravi's score. But Ravi's score is 50 lesser than maximum marks. Then maximum marks became 169. Out of 169, he scored 119. So percentage means 119 is what percent of 169? Approximately 70%. If you took it as 170, 17 sevens are 119. So approximately 70% is your answer. Data sufficiency. How much time will the boat take to cover a distance of 72 kilometers upstream? Means 72 kilometers by m minus s. If you know m and s, you will get the answer. The total time taken by the boat to travel from A to B and go back to B to A downstream is 7 hours. No, not possible. The distance between A and B given as 48 and speed of the boat in still water is 14 kilometers per hour. See. By combining 1 and 2, 48 kilometers by m plus s plus 48 by m minus s is equal to 7 hours. M we know 14. 48 by 14 plus s plus 48 by 14 minus s is equal to 7 hours. From this equation you will get s value. Already we know m value, you will get s value. By putting m and s you will get the answer. Means by combining 1 and 2 together you will get the answer. By combining 1 and 2 together you will get the answer. What is definitely the value of x? X square minus 8x plus 16 is equal to 0. 16 1s are 16, 4 4s are 16, x is equal to 4. 1 alone we can say the answer. 7 power x plus 11 into 49 power 3x minus 7 is equal to 49 power 2x plus 4.5. See, 7 power x plus 11 into 49 we can write it as 7 square whole to the power of 3x minus 7 is equal to 7 square whole to the power of 2x plus 4. X plus 11, 7 power 6x minus 14 is equal to 7 power 4x plus 8. X plus 6x is 7x minus 3 is equal to 4x plus 8. From this you will get x value. Means either 1 we got the answer, 2 also we got the answer. Either 1 or 2. Next. What is the respective ratio of initial investments of M and N? M started the business by investing certain amount and he invested for the whole year. N joined M after 3 months from the start of the business and invested for the rest of the year. Investment of M for complete 12 months. Investment of N only for 9 months. The profit earned by M and N are in the ratio of 28:33. By combining 1 and 2 together, we can say what is the investment ratio. 3 4s are 3 3s are 4 7s are 4 11s are. Their investment ratios are in the ratio of 7:11. By combining 1 and 2 together, we can say the answer. An item was sold after giving certain discount on the market price. What was the percentage of discount given? First one. Had the selling price been 54 rupees less, the profit earned would have been 10%. No use. The market price of the item is 40% above the cost to price. Had the percentage of discount been double, the loss incurred would have been 2%. See, market price of the item is 40% above the cost to price. Means 100% of MRP is equal to 140% of cost to price. Why? Because 40% above the cost price. Had the percentage of discount been double, suppose if actually X% discount, double means 2x% discount given. The remaining price is 100 minus 2x% of MRP. Then there is a loss of 2% means remaining 98% of cost to price. Loss of 2% means 98% of cost to price. By combining 1 and 2 together, you will get what is X value. Means second statement alone we can say the answer. There are two cylindrical rollers, bigger and smaller. How many rotations will the bigger roller take to flatten a stretch of land X? How many rotations? Roller means that is in cylindrical format. In one rotation, it makes a distance of 2 pi r h. We should aware of radius and height. How many number of rotations we require by the bigger roller? The ratio of the radii of the bigger and smaller roller is 9:5. The length of the bigger roller is 5 meters more than the length of the smaller roller. With first statement, I can't do anything. The smaller roller takes 189 rotations to flatten the stretch of the land. 189 rotations to flatten the stretch of the land. In one rotation, 2 pi r h. In 189 rotations, 189 into 2 pi r h. But I don't know what is radius, what is height. Neither one nor two. Number series. Number series. (62) into 0.5 minus 1 square, 30. 30 into 1 minus 2 square, 26. 26 into 1.5 minus 3 square, 30. 30 into 2 minus 4 square, 44. 44 into 2.5 minus 5 square. 44 2 times 88. 44 halves 22. Together 110. 110 minus 25 means 85 is your answer. 85 is your answer. Next. 724 have a gap of 17. 24 45 means 21. 45 78 means 33. 33. 78 147 means 69. 69. Again difference 4, 12, 36, triple. 4 3 times 12. 12 3 times 36. 36 3 times 108. 108 plus 69 177. 147 plus 177 324 is your answer. 324 is your answer. Difference among difference. 10 13 3 11 31 69 69. Next difference is 8 20 38. 8 20 means 12. 20 38 means 18. 12 18 24. 12 18 24. 38 plus 24 62. 69 plus 62 131. 124 plus 131 means 255. In place of question mark, 255 will come. Next, into 1 minus 2, into 2 minus 6, into 3 minus 12. 2 means 1 square plus 1. 6 means 2 square plus 2. 12 means 3 square plus 3. Next to 4 square plus 4. Into 4 minus 20. 96 minus 20 means 76 will come. 76 will come. Next, alternate difference. 109, 123 means 14, again 14. This also minus 14, minus 14. 67. 6.7 is your answer. 6.7. Alternate difference. Approximations. 28% of 650 minus 51% of 90. 28 6 are 168. 28 6 are 168. 28 halves 14. 168 plus 14 182 minus 50% value 45. 1% value 0.9. Then 51% means 46. 182 minus 46 means 136 will come. Third option is your answer. Root x minus square root of 1089 approximately 33 square plus 1419 times 1420 times 280 minus 14 266 is equal to 283. 283 minus 266. 283 minus 266 will give us 17. 17 283 minus 266 will give us 17. 17 plus 33 will give us 50. X is equal to 50 square means 2500. 2500. 152 by 2 plus 192 by x plus 20% of 996 is equal to 291. 20% of 996 means approximately 10% 99.6. 20% means 199.2. Make it as approximately 199. 276 times 3 9s are 27, 3 7s are 21, 3 6 are 18. Remaining 3 6 are 18, 3 6 are 3 4s are 3 6 are 3 4s are. 76 plus 66 will give us 142. 142 minus 97. 142 minus 97 means 45. Just a minute. 152 by 2 plus 192 by x plus 20% of 996. 10% value 99.6. Double 198, 199 approximately 200 is equal to 291. 276 times 291 minus 200 means 91. 91 minus 76. 91 minus 76 means 15. 192 by x is equal to 15. 15 ones are 15. 42. 42 means 15 threes are 45. Approximately 12 times. Fifth option is your answer. Next. 17 6 are 102. 106 times 612 minus 3 3s are 9x is equal to 459. 9 one time, 9 6 are 54, 9 8 are 72, 951 times. X equal to 68 minus 51 means 17. 240 square 57600. 110 square 12100 plus 1331 by 11 is equal to how much? 11 ones are 11 twos are 11 ones. 576 minus 121 means 45500 plus 121 45621. 45621. Fourth option is your answer. Quadratic equations. 263 times 126. 14 9 times 126. Minus 14 minus 9 will give us minus 23. Finally plus 14 plus 9. 14 by 2 means 7. 9 by 2. These are x values. 344 is a 132. 11 12 is a 132. Minus 11 minus 12 will give us minus 23. Finally plus 11 plus 12. Coefficient 3 I am having 11 by 3. 12 by 3 means 4. 11 by 3. 4. Less greater than greater than greater than greater than x greater than y is your answer. 18 2s are 36. 9 4s are 36. Plus 9 plus 4 will give us plus 13. Finally minus 9 minus 4. Before x square 2 I am having minus 9 by 2. Minus 4 by 2 means minus 2. 324 is 72. 8 9s are 72. Plus 8 plus 9 will give us plus 17. Finally minus 8 minus 7. Minus 8 by 3. Minus 9 by 3 means minus 3. Less than, greater than, no relation is your answer. 4 tens are 40, 8 5s are 40. 8 plus 5 13, minus 8 minus 5. Minus 8 by 4 means minus 2. Minus 5 by 4. 4 sevens are 28. Factors also 4 comma 7 only. 4 plus 7 11. Finally minus 4 minus 7. Minus 4 by 4 means minus 1. Minus 7 by 4. Minus 1 minus 7 by 4. Less than 28 20 greater than, no relation. X square equal to 144. X is equal to plus or minus 12. 12 12s are 144. Y value plus 12. Equal less than or equals to y. 3 21s are 63. 9 7s are 63. Minus 9 minus 7 will give us minus 16. Finally plus 9 plus 7. Before x square 3 I am having. 9 by 3 means 3. 7 by 3. 3 14s are 42. 8 5s are 3 14s are 42. 7 6 are 42. Minus 7 minus 6 will give us minus 13. Finally plus 7 plus 6. 7 by 3. 6 by 3 means 2. Greater than, equal, greater than. Answer is greater than or equals to y. Next. Data related to number of different types of flats built and sold in a town X in 2020. Types of flats built: 1.5 room kitchen, 1 BHK, 2 BHK, 2.5 BHK, 3 BHK. Percentage of types of flats built out of the total number of flats built. Total number of flats built is 30,000. Out of 30,000, 1.5 room kitchen 5%, 1 BHK 10%, 2 BHK 40%, like that. Percentage of flats sold in the respective types. Cost price of one flat in lakh rupees, each lakh rupees. First one. What is the total number of 1 BHK flat and 3 BHK flats that remained unsold in the given years? In 1 BHK, 60% is sold out, 40% are unsold, 40% of 10 means 4%. Whereas in 3 BHK, 70% are sold out, unsold 30%, 30% of 25 means 7.5. Together, 4 plus 7.5 means 11.5% of 30,000. Why? Because total number of flats built 30,000. 10% 3,000, 1% 300, 0.5% 150, 3,450 is your answer. Next. What is the respective ratio between total cost price of all the 2 BHK flats sold and the total cost price of all the 3 BHK flats sold? 2 BHK flats sold, 75% of 40 means 30% into 46 lakhs. 3 BHK, 70% of 25, 70% of 25, 17.5% into 72 lakhs, 72 lakhs. 3 10 times, 3 24 times, 5 2 times, 5 3.5 times, 2 12 times, 2 6 times, 2 23 times, 2 30 is to 35 6 times, 210, 23 is to 21 is your answer. 23 is to 21. For each 1.5 room kitchen flat, on an average, 10% profit is earned over and above the cost price, and on that additionally 20% as tax and other miscellaneous charges are levied. What will be the final selling price of each 1.5 room kitchen flat? 1.5 room and kitchen cost price is 16 lakhs. On that 10% profit, 1.6 lakhs profit, total 17.6 including profit. Again there is a sales tax of 20%. On this 17.6, 20% sales tax. 10% 1.76, 20% means again 1.76, total 3.52. Sales tax 3.52 to 1111, 21.12 lakhs. 21 lakhs 12,000. Fifth option is your answer. 21 lakhs 12,000. What is the difference between total number of 1.5 room kitchen and 1 BHK flats built together and the total number of 2 and 2.5 BHK flats built together? 1.5 1 BHK 15%, 2 and 2.5 60%. 15 60. Difference is 45%. 45% of 30,000. 13,500. 13,500. Total number of 2 BHK and 2.5 BHK flats sold together from forms what percentage of the total flats built in that particular year? 2 BHK, 2.5 BHK flats sold. 75% of 40 means 30. 80% of 20 means 16. Total 46%. 46% is fourth option is your answer. Next. Ramesh opened a new furniture shop to sell furniture. Table, chair, cabinet, sofa set, bed and shoe rack. Table, chair, cabinet, sofa set, bed and shoe rack. Bed and shoe rack. Cost of table is 80% of cost of a shoe rack. Cost of cabinet is 20% more than shoe rack. Sofa set is 25,000 more than each cabinet. Bed is 3/4 of the sofa set. Shoe rack is double the cost of each chair, and each chair costs 9,000 rupees. From there you got the answer. Each chair costs 9,000. Sofa shoe rack is double the cost of each chair. Shoe rack is double the cost of each chair means 18,000 shoe rack. Each table is 80% of the shoe rack. Each table is 80% of the shoe rack. 18 8s are 144, 14,400. Cabinet is 20% more than the shoe rack. Cabinet is 20% more than shoe rack. 20% more, 10% 1800, 20% 3,600 extra, 21,600 cabinet. Sofa set is 25,000 more than the cost of each cabinet. 25,000 extra means 46,600. Sofa set. Cost of a bed is 3/4 of cost of sofa set. 3/4. 46,600, 3/4. 4 ones are 4. 4 ones are 4, 26. 4 6 are 24. 4 5 are 20. So 0, 1 5, 1 9, 4. 34,950. That is bed. So these are the cost of all the furnitures. First one. What is the difference between the total cost of a sofa set and a chair together and the total cost of a shoe rack and a cabinet together? Sofa set and chair. Sofa set to chair. 46,000 plus 9,000. 57,600. Sorry, 46 plus 9. 55,600. 55,600. And shoe rack and cabinet. Shoe rack and cabinet. 21 plus 18, 39,600. So difference is how much means 16,000. Difference is 16,000. A customer purchased one cabinet, one table, one bed. If Ramesh gave a discount of 10% on the total bill, what was the total amount paid by the customer? 10% discount given means remaining 90% is the bill. 90% means 9 multiple is your answer. Just verify 9 multiple. First option 6 plus 3, 9, 9, no. 6 plus 5, 11 plus 7, no. 12, 16, 12, 22, 27. Yes, third option 9 multiple. 18, fourth option also 9 multiple. Fourth option also 9 multiple. Fifth option 18, no. Third option or fourth option is your answer. So there is no alternative. I am having two possibilities. One cabinet, one table, one bed. Cabinet, table, bed. Okay. 14,400 table. Cabinet 21,600. Next one is bed 34,950. 0, 5, 19, 10, 70,950. In this there is a discount of 10% means 7,095 rupees discount. Answer ends with 5. Fourth option is your answer. 63,855. 63,855 is your answer. Next. A retailer purchased one chair, one table from Ramesh and then sold both of them online for 18,720. What is the percentage loss or gain incurred or earned by the retailer? One chair and one table. Chair cost is 9,000, table cost is 14,400. Total cost became 23,400. But he sold it for 18,720. Means there is a loss. There is a loss. How much a loss means? 1823 minus 18. 19,000 minus 20 or else they take the difference 0. 10 minus 2 8. 13 minus 7 6. 12 minus 8 4. 4,680 rupees loss on a price of 23,400 means 20% loss. 20% loss. What is the respective ratio between total cost of a chair and a shoe rack together and the cost of a table? Chair and shoe rack together. Chair 9,000, shoe rack 18,000. Together 27,000 and a cost of a table 14,400. Two zeros, two zeros. 930 times 916 times. 30 is to 16. 2 15s are 2 8s are. 15 is to 8 is your answer. Next. Data related to number of elephants in two reserves P and Q of country M during 6 years. Two reserves, number of elephants in two reserves P and Q. Actually, in between 0 to 10, 5 lines are there. Those 5 lines are missing in the diagram. So that's why already I prepared the same diagram in the format of tabular format. But you need not to panic. In the examination, definitely we have in between 5 lines will be there. Otherwise, we don't know what is the exact value of this symbol, this symbol. Here only lines are missing here. That's why already I wrote the same diagram in tabular format. So company P triangle shape Q, that one. Various years are 2020 to 2025. Elephant reserves. First one. Number of elephants in reserve P increased by 25% from 2025 to 2026. In 2025, it is 64. In 2026, increased by 25%. 1/4 increases means 80. And number of elephants in reserve queue increased by 50%. Already 94. Increased by 50% means 47 increases. Total 141. Then what was the total number of elephants in reserves P and Q together in 2026? 80 plus 141. 221 is your answer. 221 is your answer. Next. What is the difference between average number of elephants in reserve P in 2020 and 21 together? 2020, 21 together. And average number of elephants in reserve Q in 24, 25 together. 20, 21, 60, 40, 100, 6 plus 8, 14. 114 by 2, 57 is the average. 70, 90, 160, 8 plus 4, 12, 172 by 2. 172 by 2 means 86. So difference is how much? 86 minus 57, 19, sorry 29. 29 is the difference. Number of elephants in reserve P decreased by what percent from 2022 to 2025? In 2022, it is 96. That became 64. 32 decreases. 32 decreases. Percentage decrease means difference by more value. 32 by 96 into 100. So 1/3 means 33, 1 by 3%. 33, 1 by 3%. What is the respective ratio between total number of elephants in reserve P in 2022 and 2023 together? 22, 23, 96, 78, 174. And total number of elephants in reserve Q in 23, 25 together. 23, 25 together. 44, 94, 138. 138. 2 8s are 16, 2 7s are 14, 2 6s are 12, 2 9s are 3, 29 times 3, 23 times. 29 is to 23 is your answer. Out of the total number of elephants in reserves P and Q together in 2020, only 45% were African elephants. And out of the total number of elephants in reserves P and Q together in 2021, only 56% were African elephants. Total number of African elephants in reserves P and Q together in 2020 is what percentage of total number of African elephants in reserves P and Q together in 2021? 46 plus 34 together 80. 68 plus 32 together 100. In this 45 percentage, 45 percentage means 36, and in this 56% means 56. 36 is what percent of 56? 4 9s are 4 14s are 2 7s are 2 50s are 450 by 7, 7 6 are 42, remaining 30, 7 4s are 28. 64 2 by 7% is your answer. 64 2 by 7% is your answer.